here in Africa, late evening live for you. So I know maybe it's a difficult time to go live, but let's see what happens. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Mara Pallavi. Yes, the East is already sleeping. I know, it's always a problem. All right, thank you so much everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hello, oceans of love. Hi. Welcome everybody. Let's see how many people will be awake today. I wanted to make this update because I am feeling that things are shifting big time around the world, around the globe. They are shifting big time. We cannot deny it. And I want to talk about that for a little bit. And I want to fill you in on a very interesting concept about what's happening in the world, about why so many people are just yes-sayers, saying yes, about how many people truly just want to comply. They want to be told what to do, okay? They just want that. So, mass consciousness paradigm shift, absolutely. Thank you so much. It's early in the morning though. So let me see, okay, here we go. And the sun is shining in the background. Look where I am, my friends. While we wait for a few more people to come in, I'm going to show you. Doesn't it look like I'm in some sort of like jungle fighter safari place? Like what are they called? The rebels in the jungle. This is my accommodation. It's a safari tent on stilts. It's really cool. I'm still in Botswana, my friends. I'm going to turn the camera around to show you how beautiful this is. This is Crocodile River. I'm sure it has another name, but I call it Crocodile River. Last night I heard the crocodiles there. I swear it, I swear. Look at this. This is jungle beauty. My tent looks like that from far. That's the neighbor's tent. This is what it looks like, my friends. Isn't that, look at these trees. Isn't that just pure gorgeousness? Here, this is my tent. This is where I am. So I'm a true resistance fighter in the jungle. We are all light warriors, my friends. Here, I'm going to show you. While we're waiting for more people to come in, look at this. Isn't this awesome? Really beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Okay, I'm going to come back to you now. And for those of you who have not yet joined my brand new censorship-free Telegram channel, I have two links below, one for the main channel, one for the channel plus chat. Okay, so if you guys are interested in a little more intimate stuff, me showing you around and then being able to post stuff that we can't post on here because of the censorship, the great censorship. They're deleting my best videos here on YouTube. Please hop over and join me on Telegram. We have an awesome community bringing forth beautiful information, all positive and high vibe. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, you're over there. Thank you. All right, so 26 people in the house, thank you. Okay, so first of all, I have to say, for the first time in a long time, I'm not embarrassed to be a Canadian anymore. I'm not embarrassed to be a Canadian. I can say I am proud to be a Canadian right now because what is happening in Canada is showing the world. It's a precedent. It's showing the world that Canadians are not only pushovers. Canada, the great power experiment of those who rule the world, I think it's starting to fail. I feel that they've been trying. We know, the powers that be have been trying to test how far they can go everywhere. And things are starting to crumble. We know this. England has fallen. Other European countries are letting go of their restrictions. Some countries are still very, very heavily Nazified, if I'm allowed to say that. Very, very heavily oppressed. The charters of rights, the freedoms, the constitutions are being ripped and burned, especially in Canada and Australia. I think those two, Israel, of course, as well. Some countries already have been like that for many, many years. It's nothing new. China, North Korea, other dictatorship countries have already taken away the freedoms of the people. I feel they already have slipped into lower dimensions, lower densities, part of those countries anyways, the greater part. And it looks like what's happening at an energetic level, my friends, you have to like zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The negative souls that have been oppressing humanity and feeding off us. And it's true, if you see it as souls or as just power-hungry people, for the last 40,000 years, they, with all their might, are trying to pull the earth and us down into the negative dimensions where they have a grip over us and complete control over us. Because remember, the higher we rise, the more autonomous we get, the more we ascend, the more we step into our sovereignty, into our beautiful high timeline, the more we create paradise on earth, the less negative people and souls can exist, can have power over us, can take ours, can take the resources, can oppress us and control us. That's just what it is. And now they're seeing how far they can pull us down. The descension timeline exists, my friend. Ascension is a planet, a collective, rising in consciousness, opening their consciousness, having a more beautiful life, slowly rising into a higher density or dimension, 5D. And a descension timeline, whoop, is a planet with its people and its consciousness getting more oppressed, getting more sick, getting more sad, getting more unfree, and actually sinking in density and dimension, getting more dull, getting more programmed, getting more unfree, and then sinking into negative realms, negative density realms. And I call this minus 4D, or the fourth dimension, right? The fourth dimension, and specifically the negative fourth dimension. And they are testing in each country how far they can go to pull people down, right? Slowly, slowly. But they've miscalculated the power of the light, and they have miscalculated that in seemingly nice countries like Canada, we Canadians, we are nice people, we're nice, like always yes, and you know, the people haven't had great world wars, the Canadians, they're doing good in general, they're doing really good. And the generations now there, most people have not been through great calamity and hardship. Obviously, there is a great history of the First Nations, which is very, very sad. And sadly, the First Nations are, by numbers, a minority. And the majority of Canadians have been very complacent, they're doing good. And so people who are like that are easily pushed over, controlled and manipulated, right? A lot of people like that, but not everyone. And not anymore. And we can see this. Yes, thank you, Lee, that's right. There's no turning back. And we can see now that there are more Canadians than anyone thought who are willing to fight for their freedoms and stand up for their rights. And this is a new invention, taking trucks and blocking cities, blocking highways. And you know that it's not only in Ottawa. Everywhere in Canada this is happening. A couple of days ago, I think it was on Sunday, there was a huge truck convoy on Vancouver Island where I used to live, right? Going all the way down, and there were thousands of people on the roads cheering them on and saying, yay, go truckers. So this is a movement that is spreading across the world. And I feel this is really, really, really important. I mean, it's smart too, because trucks are big. And truckers, the interesting thing is this, my friends, and this is so important, that not only, you know, the spiritually awake and aware, not only the, you know, high density starseeds or scholars are aware and fighting for freedoms, it's everyday normal human beings that are awakening, saying, wait a minute, what's happening is not right. There is something inherently wrong with this. Why are they trying to force us to do something to our bodies we don't want? Why are they trying to force us to not to move where we want? Like everyday normal people are seeing that this is so wrong, and they are not deceived anymore. And this is really important. This is essential. You don't have to be spiritually evolved to understand the principle of oppression and freedom. So I feel that in all parts of the population, all over the world, we are showing that we're not stupid. We are not going to stay under this mass dream spell anymore. And this is beautiful. So I want to say thank you to the truckers, like from my heart. Thank you so much for doing this, for standing up, for being brave, for being strong, for jeopardizing your work, your livelihood. Even, you know, you could be jailed. Everyone who is there now in Ottawa or all over the world, it's, you know what? I want to tell you something, my friends. It is easy to sell your soul to the devil. It is not easy to stand up for your freedoms. It's not easy. We used to think, oh, it's so easy, you know, I'm a good person, you know, I can just do what's right, I have to like be sovereign. It's not easy. It takes guts, it takes power, it takes authenticity, it takes strength, it takes bravery and courage. And now, you know what? You know what, my friends? We can see how frickin' easy it is. How easy it is to slide into selling your soul to the devil. How easy it is to just kind of comply and bend your head and say yes and see things being done to your neighbor and doing things against what you know is wrong. It's easy to sell your soul to the devil. So frickin' easy. And the majority of the people are absolutely doing that. And you can't tell me otherwise. It's like that, right? Yes, the truckers, they know. And I salute every single one of you who have stood strong, who have not let yourself be compromised and your mind be changed, said, oh no, it's okay, you know, I'll just go along with it. It's the easier way. Like, I'll just do what's necessary. I'll comply. I'm not going to speak my truth. I'm not going to go onto the street. I'm not going to stand up for my freedom, for my right, for my soul, for my ascension. Every single one of you who's done that, thank you. Thank you. Stay strong, because you are doing what most are not. You're standing up for what you know is true in your heart, and that's freaking hard to do, and we're being tested. This, you know what this is, my friends? What's happening in the world? This is Judgment Day. This is Judgment Day. This is the great test for every soul to see where it stands. Like, where do you stand? Are you just going to give in and sell your soul? In a second, your soul is sold in a second. You don't have to sign a contract physically, and it's a big thing. Ooh, there's the devil, I'm selling my soul. You sell your soul in a second by saying, okay, yeah, maybe it's necessary, like, yeah, my freedom, you know, maybe everyone should just do what they say. It's okay, it's all right, right? You sell your soul so fast, and it's so easy to do. And it's very, very hard to listen to the whispers of your soul and say, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. And you know what? I'm going to tell you one more thing. Every single soul incarnate that is an organic soul hears the whispers and can discern. So why is everyone not doing it? Why is everyone just complying and thinking it's okay to go back into World War II Nazi times, where we divide the population, where, you know, we vilify half the population, where we are willing to sacrifice the neighbor because they think something different? Why? Why is most of the world, and it is still the majority of the world, why are they like that? Why are they so easily deceived? Why don't they have the courage to listen to their soul's whisper? Because their soul is whispering to them. We all have a truth detector inside. So it's like, I know that you guys think it's unfathomable. Like, how is it possible? How is it possible that the majority of the population, even nice people, your nice sister, your brother, beautiful people, even starseeds, people who are actually good people, right? Why is it so easy for them to comply and to not listen to the whispers of their soul? Why cannot they discern truth? And I'm going to tell you why. There's a deeper reason. I'm going to make a whole video about this, but I'm going to tell you right now. And this is what I have learned here in Africa, because this is where it started. The root of this started maybe 400,000 years ago. It started 400,000 years ago. And you have to remember this. You have to remember this reason. And okay, and this may help you understand why most people are still under the mass spell, the mass hypnosis. They do not want to wake up. They don't want to. They want to be told what to do. Do you know that? Most people want and need to be told what to do by an authority, because it's too much responsibility to think for themselves. Oh my goodness, maybe I have to like take responsibility over something and maybe I'll be wrong. It takes a brave soul to take responsibility over your actions, over your thoughts, over knowing what's right and wrong. And every soul, what's going on in the world, has the whisper, has the truth thermometer saying, wait a minute, ding dong, this is going towards false. We all have this inherently in our soul. It's built in. We discern, we know truth in our heart, but they've shut it down. They've shut it down. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. It's because 400,000 years ago, we were compromised. The human race was compromised. And the human DNA was changed. And this is really true. Like, I know that this is a little bit off topic of the truckers, but so many times I forget this and I think, why? Like, what the heck? Why is everyone complying? What's going on? Why don't they want to wake up? And it's because 400,000 years ago, a negative soul group came here to Earth when humans were young. And they were the Anunnaki. I'm going to make a video about it. It's really true, my friends. Every time I remember this, the Anunnaki is just a negative soul group. Like, we are positive starseeds. There are earther souls. There are negative soul groups who came down here. And they came to create a slave race because they needed workers. And they compromised our DNA and made humanity into slaves. And that's why people comply, because they still have the slave DNA built into their bodies. And you change DNA through consciousness. They genetically changed it, but the way DNA awakens is through consciousness. And once you awaken your consciousness, you undo that genetical engineering that is deep down. And it's deep down in our genetics, in our history, in our karma. I mean, when you look around, how many people just love doing their 9 to 5? They love doing their 9 to 5. They want their 9 to 5. They want to be told what to do. They want to be in debt. They want to just work. Like, oh yes, I want to work and make money. And then they do everything their bosses say. Why? Because the slave DNA is built into them. And luckily, if you awaken your consciousness, through your awakening, through seeing, wow, I don't want to do this anymore. No. Through that process of awakening, you undo your genetical negative codes. So those people, every single person you see, I've seen this in my visions, my friends. Every single person you see that's just like, yes, yes. And that's so strangely, even though they hear truths, they see things, they completely disregard it. It's like a disconnect. It's like it goes against their DNA and their DNA blocks it, right? And it's kind of like, you can even call it the reptilian brain, you can call it a bypass, you can call it, I don't know, there's many names for it, but it is a physical thing that happened 400,000 years ago, right? I have brothers and sisters. Half of them are slave DNA people. Half of them are awakened free DNA people. I'm serious. Think about it. Think about it. So, yes, absolutely, the junk DNA, you're right. And I mean, it goes deeper than that, but this is not the video for it. I'm going to explain it in a video. They don't want the world to know exactly. Do you think that anyone thought that in Canada there would be so many people? Like my friend said, there have been secret meetings in churches in different places where they thought they were the only ones, like my friends, my family, they were giving up. They were saying, wow, am I the only one that doesn't want to take this? Am I the only one that doesn't want to wear a mask? Am I the only one that doesn't see like the master plan of negative beings that are trying to oppress and enslave us even more? Is no one seeing this? My friends were desperate. And then I've been hearing that they've been going to meetings, and there were thousands of people in small communities, thousands of cars lining the road, crowds so huge they could not be contained in those churches or in those meeting places. So obviously we don't hear about it because media, I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke, right? I know now why I've always hated the news. I've been a starseed since birth. I've been conscious about these things, but now I understand so many things. I've never liked the system. I've always been allergic to anything oppressive, right? And what's happening now in Canada is showing the world that there are more people awake than all of us would have thought. More people awake. And this is going to be a domino effect. I'm not saying that right now the whole world is going to change overnight, because the powers, and yes, those powers, the base of them are, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube before being kicked, but we know where they come from. They're the negative soul groups, Anunnaki and Draconians specifically, and other souls that have flipped and work for them, like our beautiful non-Prime Minister Trudeau, who for me is not a Prime Minister, right? A Prime Minister that is voted in to represent the people and uphold the Constitution and the Charter of Rights, that's a Prime Minister. He's not doing it. He actually spat on the Charter of Rights, saying, I don't care about your Charters of Rights, you gotta do this. So he's not the Prime Minister, he's not. For me, he's not. Like, if he's taken down immediately, I'm all for it. Even though we have to do things the peaceful way, but I'm a little bit riled up right now. Because what's happening is just almost too much, right? It's too much. So, the powers that be, the Anunnaki, the Draconians, who have been oppressing us for 400,000 years, they created the slave DNA, specifically the Anunnaki, right? The Draconians came later. I feel the Anunnaki were first. They came later. But through this movement, this domino effect, it's like, I see it as a spark. It's like, boom. It's like an explosion of consciousness. And even the lie mainstream media, I mean, they're trying to downplay it and put it, like, warp it. But in the end, I mean, my friends, even the lowest enslaved person at some point has to ask themselves, wow, like, they're being held down by fear. Consciousness awakening is being stopped through fear-mongering of people losing their livelihoods, not being able to feed their children, losing their jobs. So they choose not to listen to their soul, and they choose to say, okay, they know something's up, but they're like, I'm gonna comply. What am I gonna do? And I also understand that. I also understand that, right? But this domino effect, seeing these truckers, seeing all the demonstrations, and it's even showing on YouTube and in the mainstream news. I mean, they're warping it a little bit, but it's showing. So what I'm trying to say is that this spark, this avalanche of awakening triggers more and more and more and more awakening. It just cannot be stopped. And the powers that be may not immediately, in all these really negative countries like Australia and Canada, they may not reinstate the freedoms right away, but I don't think it's going to last very long, my friends. I really don't think so. On a global scale, it cannot last long, because we, each and every single one of you, that's why I always try to motivate you to spread your light, to keep your vibration high, to do whatever you need to do in your life, to give that burst of positivity, of high vibration, to spill over to the others. And that's happening right now with that convoy. Don't give up, because it's like it's like a virus, a freedom virus, a consciousness virus, a 5D virus, and a virus of light is stronger than a virus of dark, obviously. So We have to support these people. We have to share the information and uphold our light. And it's so important that whatever it is that you are doing to be free, to uphold the light, to do your ascension process, whatever it is that you're doing is fine and it's enough. I want to tell you that. You don't necessarily need to be on the streets there with the truckers, right? I know some of you are saying, what can I do? I feel bad. I don't know what, I'm just a little person. You are not a little person. You're a bright, shining, high vibrational point of light. You're like an atomic bomb of light, right? And if you let that out, it's going to spill over and it's going to help the cause. So whatever it is that you are doing, you have to just stand strong. And even if you just visualize this explosion of light, of high vibe, of consciousness going out, if you just change yourself, if you make yourself more powerful and more sovereign, that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do, because it has an amazing effect. One high vibe person balances maybe 1,000, 100,000 or 1,000,000 low vibe people and overrides it. Do you understand that? So that's why the avalanche effect is like this. And even if we don't hear about it, if you're still feeling oppressed, if it's still going to take a little while, I'm telling you, it's inevitable. It's inevitable, right? And the dream spell, the mass spell that is being put upon us, that works together with the slave DNA. You see, that's the problem. The slave DNA is there, but consciousness and light can undo that. And they don't want people to tap into higher consciousness. They don't want people to understand what's going on. That's why they put this dream spell upon the world through many different methods, through the movies, through the media, through government, through the banking system, through everything. The whole world system, physically, and a magical kind of dream spell energetically, like they work with black magic, right? I know that now. The Anunnaki and the Anunnaki slave people and magicians here in Africa, oh my gosh, it's black magic, my friends. It's black magic. And I feel one reason I was called to come here was to see that and to bring in that explosion of light into the black magic and to help undo it. This is the origin of mankind. Africa is. Everything here is bigger and more extreme and larger and everything. Humans, people, energies, because this is the birth of mankind. But this is also where the Anunnaki came first and started with their slave mentality and started all that. So I feel I was guided here to bring some light into it energetically. Boom! Right? That's what I'm doing here. That is my part of my work. Going deep, seeing what's going on, seeing what I can do. Weaving my light magic and the dragon magic. I got 24 dragons that came in about 5 days ago. No, they came in longer. When did they come in? Over a week ago, just before I started traveling, 24 golden dragons came in like this. And they're there, not only to protect, but to start working with me. So I'm doing my work here. You do your work wherever you are, because this is an inside job. I've said this many times, my friends. This freedom, taking back our freedom, this freedom rally has to be an inside job. We cannot wait for our starseed family, for other higher beings. We cannot wait for others to come and save us. We have to do it from the inside. It's an inside job. So whatever you feel called to do, keep doing it. Never sell your soul, not even a little bit. Stand strong. It's hard. I know it's hard, but stand strong in whatever way you can. You don't have to do what the other person is doing. And I don't condemn anything that you think you need to do or that is necessary for you to do in the moment, but just uphold your high vibration. Do everything from a point of strength, not a point of weakness. That's what matters. All right? Yes. Absolutely. Everything you do, no matter what it is, you have to do it from a position of strength and power and make your choices that way. Never make your choices from a point of fear or giving in or, oh, okay. Just check inside, is this aligned? Am I coming from a point of strength and power? Am I making this choice like from a point of like, yes, like when I do something, it's got to be a yes, it's got to be a hell yes. It's got to be a yes, this is like, I'm driven to do this, I'm guided to do this. This is what I need to do, 100% yes. Power yes, it's got to be a power yes. And then you do that. Whatever it is you need to do from the position of strength and power, not like from coercement or weakness or fear, like, oh, wow, I gotta, like, I left Canada, not out of fear. It's not like, oh no, you know, they're taking over, I have to run. I was like, wow, I am so allergic. I am so freaking allergic against any kind of oppression. I cannot stand it in my body. I cannot go to the swimming pool and be turned back because I don't have the V pass. I can't stand it. I need to be free. I need to feel freedom. That's what I wanted. I want freedom. I wanted to create my own timeline of freedom, and it wasn't even a conscious decision. I was divinely guided. Boom, do this, buy a ticket, go. And I left, and a week afterwards, everything was locked down. And I have created my own 5D freedom timeline here. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Since I have been in Africa, I have not once even been talked to about the V, or the pass, nothing. The only thing that's necessary is wearing a mask. And I decided I don't even wear a mask anymore unless I go into a store and they kindly ask me, and then I do it kindly for the employees so they don't start getting in trouble and start, because I don't want to be mean to them. But I'm so allergic. And I needed to come here so I could continue doing my work and feeling free. And showing you that no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you can create your own personal ascension timeline of freedom and happiness. It's possible, right? I always say, if I can do anything, you guys can do anything. We are all warriors of light. We're all divine beings. We are all star seeds. So I needed to come here to feel free. I am free as never before. I told you this last time. I don't want to go into a restaurant. I don't want to go anywhere and be asked to show this freaking thing. I just like, I didn't want it. So I manifested to be in a place where it's not like that. And I didn't know it wasn't going to be like that here. I had no idea. I had no idea what was awaiting me here. I just was guided. I have to go there. And, and I am able to maintain my high vibration and hopefully be an example of how a highly vibrational, beautiful starseed soul can manifest his and her own ascension timeline. I'm going to do a video with a whiteboard. Remember, the collective timeline is like this, right? But the collective timeline is made out of each individual person's timeline. They're like spirals like this. And you for yourself, if you want to, can choose your own paradise matrix timeline, going up really high and floating above the collective. And the more of you that do that, the more the collective timeline is pulled up, because you are the collective and I am the collective. And by me exercising my free will and choice to travel wherever the heck I want, do whatever the heck I want, be completely free and stand in my sovereignty, at a high vibrational level, I'm pulling the collective up. And you are too, right? So don't give in, never give in. Never sell your soul, not even a little tiny bit of a percentage. Don't sell your soul to the devil. But I'm preaching to the choir, hey? Preaching to the choir. I know you're not going to do it, but I just want to encourage you to hang in there and look at what you want, not what you don't want. Always keep your eyes, we look around what's going on, right? We do our thing, but we keep our eyes fixed, like up, the paradise timeline, the 5D. What do you want? I wanted freedom. I wanted to go to a restaurant, go to a pool, travel, do whatever the heck I want without being stopped. That's what I wanted. I wanted ultimate freedom, and I got it. I manifested it. What do you want? What is it that you want? Keep your eyes on there and believe it. For your own personal life, this is the trick. And I've said this before. You have to believe that only the best is possible for you. The what if has to be positive. It's not, oh, what if I lose my job? It's like, oh, what if you get the best job offer possible? What if you have $1 million in the bank? What if you can be completely free? What if you can move to another state suddenly? What if someone offers you an incredible opportunity of freedom? What if? You have to have in your mind that the only possible existence for you is the best and the highest and the most free and the most brilliant. It's the only possibility. And for me, seriously, I know I'm an eternal optimist, right? That's a very Pleiadian thing. But I'm telling you, for me, there is no possibility. There's no reality possible but a free, beautiful, unified world. I'm seeing what's going on in Canada. I was disgusted. I'm still disgusted, obviously, right? But remember, we are multidimensional beings. We have multiple perspectives. So I see that perspective. But the perspective I hold and I go back to always is a free Canada, a free world, the ascension for all humanity, those who want it. If the earth has to split and half of it has to go into a lower negative timeline, so be it. But I'm upholding the vision of a Gaia where there's no other possibility than a beautiful paradise, heaven on earth. Because if I personally can live it, you personally can live it, and everyone else can personally live it. And if everyone lives it, then the whole world will be there. Do you understand that? Do you understand that concept? Does it make sense? Thank you. And that's why I'm sometimes sending you just the pictures of the elephants. Because as a Pleiadian blueprint deliverer, parallel dimension soul, cosmic whale being that I am, I want to give you high vibrations. And I talk about the negative stuff a little bit, yes, but not without giving you the solution or the vision of how we can overcome the negative stuff, of the positive solution to that. So the other day, the live stream, if you haven't seen that live stream about the elephants, wow, there's 2 elephants falling in love. A male and a female elephant looking in each other's eyes, and they went like this with their tusks. And they kissed like humans. It's unbelievable. Or maybe we do it like the elephants. So spending time cultivating your high vibrations however you need to is so important, whilst not sticking your head in the sand. But also, my friends, remember, you don't have to go really, 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 really deeply into the truther videos. You know, the truther videos showing all the horrid stuff going on, showing all the negativity, all the draconian stuff, all the tunnels, all the sacrifice, all that stuff. Yes, it exists in the negative dimensions of Earth. But you don't, I'm telling you, it's okay to not dive deep and have to know every single detail about it. I don't look at those things. I don't look at those things anymore because it drags me into a low vibration where I feed into it, where I make it more real, where I perpetuate it, where I cannot do my light work, where I walk around going, like this. So you don't have to. You don't have to know all the details. I'm just giving you permission not to. Right? For me, when I look at the title or an article or someone sends me something, I look at the title and I know, I download already all the information that's in there. I know exactly what's in there. And I don't let it into my consciousness because I could just cry all day long. And if we cry all day long, it's not good. If you need to look at some truth stuff, look at it for a moment, be aware of it, let it move through you. Remember, with one breath, wow, let it move through you, let it go and move up again. Because you, by being sad and oppressed and like this for long, it's not helping anyone. It's dragging people down. You need to be strong. You need to be empowered. You need to be positive, right? To help the world. Yes. And I mean, there's a lot to be said about what's happening. The side effects of what's going on, what people are putting in their bodies. I know a lot of stuff, but I have not been wanting to put it out there because it is very, very negative and scary. And I do believe we as highly conscious starseeds can overcome everything and anything, and we can heal ourselves of everything. but I may put out a couple of videos just for informative purposes. What's happening, what may happen to people who have so easily complied, who are not highly conscious starseeds. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's a little bit negative. And you guys just put in the comments if you do want me to make some videos, but some of those I cannot publish here because they have already deleted my best video and some of the other videos. So please, if you want that, down below this video is a link to my new Telegram channel, right? I opened a channel on Telegram where I can say whatever the heck I want. They don't censor there, right? Telegram, there's two. There's one main channel with just my announcements and another channel with the announcements plus the chat. So we got a super cool community there, the Telegram community, right? So there we are. Okay, solar flares, let's see what you guys are saying. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Black magic, everyday statement and prayer. Poison is leaving our Mother Earth, sky, body, minds, and spirits. Yes, that's, the thing is this, we forget how powerful we are. So if we say yes to the dream spell, we're powerful beings. We are putting ourselves into a very bad place because we are so powerful. Our words, our thoughts, our actions are powerful and they change our reality. And if people keep saying, yes, yes, okay, okay, and they comply and they sell their souls, they're getting themselves into very deep karmic bonds because they are powerful. But if you say no, if you say, up to here, no more, I'm sovereign, I'm a being of light, I was born to walk freely under the sun, doing whatever the heck I want. That is very, very powerful. That's even more powerful. And if you say that, and if you keep saying that and upholding that, you will be free. And you will have a beautiful life, and you will not be oppressed, and you will not be affected. You will be less and less and less affected by the dark agendas because your light, your sovereignty, your soul power is so strong. It's so strong. You are very, very powerful. Never forget that. Never forget that you are powerful and sovereign, and your intention and your soul heritage, we are all beings of light, will come through. And it is more powerful than the dark agendas. It's like in a second, in a flash, you can throw it all off. And the 3D reality that you are in takes a little while. Like it's slow, it's molasses, right? We don't manifest instantly yet here. It's a process. It takes a couple of years of mastery a little bit. So if you're saying, wow, I'm in a terrible situation, I don't know what to do, keep your spirits high, keep speaking, taking aligned action, speaking positively, being sovereign, keep your eyes on the paradise matrix, keep seeing what you want and overlaying what you want over the dire reality. And then that, what you want, will start to be pulled into your life physically. And then in a few months, you will see, wow, oh my gosh, I'm more free. Look where I'm living. Look what I'm doing. Oh, I've got money in the bank again. Oh, that, you know, those things that are happening, those mandates, all that seems to be so far away. And for me, it is so far away. Like there's nothing here, nothing. I mean, I do see some stuff, but in reality, it doesn't affect me at all, like zero, absolute zero. The only thing I have to do is get tests when I go over the border, but that's been easy breezy, easy breezy. Like I said, never had one of those nose things, and I've traveled through many countries. Never had the V, and I've traveled through many countries. Right? So it's possible. It's possible to weave your way as a light warrior through the dark agendas of this Kabbalistic world. CAB, that type of Kabbalistic world, right? I can't say the word outright. So keep fighting for your freedom and your rights. And if you don't like the word fight, keep upholding and uplifting your vibration in whatever way you feel is good. And I support you fully, all right? I support you fully. So, 96 people in the house. You guys are awesome. Remember to do the likes. Smash up the like button, okay? And remember to subscribe and turn on all notifications, my friends, because I'm inspired to go live, boom, and then I go live. I'm trying to do it early, or late, because in Africa I am 10 hours ahead of California, 10 hours ahead. So this is like 8 a.m. right now, right? So please do that, my friends, and I will try to do more videos. The problem was I did not have internet. Now I have internet here. So, uphold the light. Truckers go. The domino effect is happening. The dream spell is dissolving and crumbling. People are waking up. The slave matrix DNA is dissolving through consciousness. Through consciousness. And in the end, I am sorry to say, those who do not want to wake up, so be it. Those who want to stay enslaved, so be it. Those who want to turn into negative, soulless, gray beings down that negative timeline, if they truly want it, so be it. And good luck, right? At some point, we will all be dissolved back to Creator Source anyways. But everyone has a choice, my friends. This is a universe of free will and choice. It truly, truly, truly is. And even if it doesn't seem like it, remember, we have many lives and we are born with our karma and we are born into our energetic resonance according to what we have done before. So I know my sister says the children who are being vaxxed, the children, you know, all this that's happening, either they are such high dimensional light beings that it doesn't bother them, or they have come here with a lot of karma that they are energetically a vibrational match to what's happening to them. And that's what they chose too. So even the most innocent looking beings, you don't know their soul history. You don't know if they're a positive or negative soul. You don't know if they're on a secret mission as a starseed who chose that too, who are immune. You don't know who they are. But in the end, if you zoom out even further, everything in the universe is divine perfection. What is perfect because it is. And because cosmic laws hold. Cosmic laws, they are there. I know they've been trampled on a little bit, but in the end, we all have the power of free will and choice. We do. In the end, we are all a vibrational match to what happens to us. Everything is a mirror. In the end, we have the power to rise or to fall. In the end, we choose where we incarnate, what lessons come upon us, what's going to happen to us more or less. We choose that through our actions, through our karma, right? Through our purpose, through our mission. Even the negative souls who are just born again and again and again as slaves, they made a choice a long time ago to be like that. And every single being in this universe can awaken and can choose the light. They can. I know this. I've seen it. They can. So don't be too sad for humanity. Don't be too sad. They're choosing. Every single one chooses. Didn't you choose? Like, one last question, my friends. What did you have to go through to be here right now? What did you have to go through? What choices did you have to make to be awake and aware and to be in the situation you are right now and to be speaking your truth and to be standing up? What difficult choices did you have to make? Was it easy? Was it easy and breezy? No, I bet it wasn't. You had to make that tough choice. You had to stand up. You had to be strong. And you did it. And so why can't they do it? Right? So keep going, my friends, my beautiful starseed family. I love you. You are the best. And you are the ones that we've been waiting for. You're the ones that are going to flip this to the positive. You're the ones that are going to put out those bombs of light, of consciousness explosion that will change the world. You are the one. You specifically are the one. So hold your head high and be proud. Be proud of who you are and what you're doing. Okay? Love you all, and I will see you soon. Okay. Ciao for now.